Welcome, everyone! Hi, everybody! Your professor is here, Spacey Botticelli at your service. And today, oh!
Spacey 56 spin, Spacey 56 spin, Spacey 56
Spacey's 56 spin! Thank you for 36 months, Haas. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for your support all these years. But, yeah, I'm just gonna take the plunge. I'm just going to go into the trenches of Blender and get some good practice in making 3D models, because I've been talking for a very long time about how I always wanted to make like a 3D game. Well, platforming game, racing game, whatever. All that matters right now is that I build up the prerequisite skills for 3D game development. Yeah, it's Blender time. So we will see everybody's favorite Blender character, the default cube, shortly. But yes, hello everybody. Hi, Ghostly Feline, Brevi, Apple Cinnabon, Blake, Kitty Doll, Corinthian, Sammer, Dark Moon, Argo, Malcolm, and us too. The next Da Vinci. Nice. I think it'll take a while before we get to that point. But the hardest step sometimes is just getting your foot in the door and just starting in the first place. So we are going to take that step today. Right, let me get down. Hello. Making all the donuts. Yeah, it's been pretty chill here this week. Yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving is just in a few days now. Next Thursday. And I'm pretty excited because Mama Spacey and I are getting in one of the smaller organic turkeys. And we feel like smaller turkeys are easier to make to cook in a way that they don't dry out. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. We'll have our own Thanksgiving here, and then maybe go over to the family's place, to our family's place afterwards for dessert and card playing, I guess. Oh yeah, Terios, I do remember when artists in the Freedom Planet community made their own custom 3D models and got them working with fully rigged animations and everything. Using them for Source Filmmaker and all that. It was always pretty impressive. I'm always impressed by people who put in the work for skill sets that I'm especially skill sets that I'm not really familiar with, because I just look at it and I'm like, whoa, how'd you do that? And there are a few Underwings in the Spacey Bat server who've been posting progress on ROM hacks that they've been making. Well, I hesitate to say ROM hacks because that implies it's based on an existing thing, but they're completely programming brand new games to work on these older consoles like Game Boy and Sega Genesis and all that, and it's just it's so cool. I feel like I would never have the patience to work under those kinds of hardware limitations, so it's just really cool to see my Underwings putting in the legwork to do that sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, yes, homebrew is a better way of describing it. Tried to learn 3D, but ended up giving up. Yeah, in the past, there have been years in the past where I tried to make an effort to really get into Blender and learn how to make 3D models, and I would make a pretty decent amount of progress, but then I would have to pivot to my main job, which at the time was working on the Freedom Planet games. Eventually I would have to go back to focusing on those, and within a week I've completely forgotten how to use Blender, because it's just so complicated and it's hard figuring out on your own what the most important tools are that you need. So that has happened 2 or 3 times in the past where I've practiced Blender for a week or two, gotten pretty decent at it, and then just forgotten everything afterwards. But this time, I have been putting in more effort to really like commit the knowledge that I've learned. So like, yeah, my friend and fellow Chrono Gear dev Gondorage, very skilled at 3D. So he's been showing me the ropes about like certain things, how to navigate all the tools and buttons and stuff. So I've gotten a pretty decent grasp on it, and I think it's just, at this point, it's just a matter of just like making models. Making like, you know, just making models, and then that way, hopefully the knowledge that I've learned will actually imprint this time. Oh, hello, Edge Drive. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Actually should take a sippy instead of just holding my drink, actually. Ah. Oh, yes. Also, we did make the sub icons last week. I had a drawing stream where I was making like RPG items and collectibles and showing people what my thought process was behind that. And then eventually we got to the idea of just having a new set of sub badges, because we've had those old ones for quite a while now. So I decided to make a series of different books. Ah. Okay. Yeah, what have y'all been up to this week? One of my friends actually clued me in on some discounted used Switch 2s that were on Amazon for like $400 when it's usually like I don't know, like 600 or 700. I was tempted, but like I don't want a bundle, I just want the console. Unless they come out with an Air Riders bundle. Like, Air Riders bundle is the only one I'd be interested in, but otherwise I feel like it's probably a waste of money to get a bundled in game. Plus, why would I play Mario Kart World when Kirby Air Riders exists? And also Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. But Black Friday is on the horizon next week, so I've been filling up my cart in various places and just waiting for the price to drop. And Mama Spacey and I actually went to a store yesterday. Well, we made a whole trip out of it because it was in the city and that's like an hour away. But like on the way there, we ate at Applebee's. That was really nice. And then we went to the store and we got a bunch of groceries and stuff there, so the trip wasn't for naught, but we went to look at a toaster oven that was supposed to be discounted, but we got there and it wasn't. Even though the pamphlet that we got in the mail said it was, but unfortunately we had misread, and it doesn't actually go on sale until Black Friday. So like we're like, no. But she's gonna drive back up there once the price actually does drop and get one. Because we do have a toaster oven, but it's made of kind of like cheap plastic. It's not very good. The one we're looking at is made of stainless steel, if I'm not mistaken. So automatically it's just like a lot better. Yeah, I want to get Air Riders in the future too, Waterplan. I'm just a little bit hesitant right now still getting a Switch 2. Because there's only like a handful of exclusives on it that I would be interested in playing. Well, I mean, I'm gonna need it eventually for work, so I might as well like get it. So I probably will if there's like a good Black Friday offer. If it's not on sale for Black Friday, then maybe I could try for the holidays. But I do suspect that I will probably cave before the year's over. Oh yeah, Metroid Prime 4 comes out next month too. That seems pretty cool. But I never really got into the Prime series. I played Prime 1 on the GameCube when it was new, and I was pretty impressed by what I played, but of course it's the Metroidvania curse where, like, especially back then, I would really struggle to stay interested in Metroidvania games. But I've gotten better now since I started streaming them. Because when I stream them, I have my chat to help me in case I get stuck. But back in those days, if I got stuck, I would have to, you know, like go online, sift through a guide, and try and find the specific spot that I'm in, and be like, okay, where am I? But it's not as tedious these days. You have chat to yell at you, help you. Yeah, exactly. Getting Air Riders later today, so excited for it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that people are having fun with it. At least, like, what I saw of, like, the demo test. Oh, hello, Bandit. Hope you're doing well. I should stretch, too. Oh my goodness. I had a bit of a situation this morning where, every morning I stretch. And I stretch until, and I hold the pose until I feel like a pop in my legs, and it feels really good. But this morning, I did the same thing, but I didn't hold the pose. I just, like, stretched briefly and then pulled back. And then, that made my legs sore for like 2 or 3 minutes. But it was fine afterwards. So, always hold the pose. So that way your muscles are, like, getting used to it. At least Metroidvanias don't have the 400 Riddler trophies. Oh, I've not played the Arkham games, but I've heard about that. So that's, like, kind of a similar situation as the green stars from Mario Galaxy 2, where it's like, where are they? Where do I go? I'm curious, can y'all think of an example of that kind of collectible that is done correctly? I think the Korok seeds are done better. Just because, like, there's enough hints in the environment as to when you're near one. However, if you're going for all 900 Korok seeds in the original Breath of the Wild, it wraps right around to becoming tedious again. But at least there's not, like, a real reward attached to it. Like, the game, like, they're not tied to 100% completion, is what I should say. Mario Odyssey moons? Yeah, I wouldn't really... if you think about it, actually, like, Mario Odyssey's power moons are kind of like a halfway between Power Stars and Green Stars from the Galaxy games. Because there's more of them, they're more numerous, they're more scattered around the environment. But, like, the game does so much to kind of, like, hint at where you can find each of them. Oh, hello, Elite Squid. I guess it depends on the joke, but go ahead. Without speedrun skips? Yeah. Oh, that's interesting, VST. Yeah, I've kind of, like, vaguely heard of Donkey Kong Bonanza not actually requiring you to collect any of the main collectible in the game. It's just that collecting them powers up Donkey Kong and just makes getting to the end game easier. Which is really... Is TOS friendly? Okay. So, why do cows have hooves instead of feet? I do not know. Why do they have hooves instead of feet? Epps has a good guess. Just star in a colored background. Oh, because they lactose. That's a good one. Nice. Yeah, the Underwings and I, we are appreciators of good dad jokes. You get an angry clap from me. Okay, well, some of us are good appreciators of dad jokes. I'm watching you. You thought the older VOD showed previous sub icons? Oh yeah, I think it updates like previous like chat logs. How's your day going? It's pretty chill. I think we're gonna have a nice chill day today, and I'm just gonna like mess around in Blender for a few hours. But I have a pretty good idea of when I want to try modeling first. Yeah, you smell that? That joke? Life is beautiful. I know, right? What's life without a little whimsy? Without finding the beauty in the simple things. Well, thank you for the lyric. Okay. Donkey Kong Bonanza's Banadium Gems. Oh, is that like a separate collectible from like the banana gems? Or is that actually like the banana gems? Huh. But man, it's really cool seeing Nintendo like dive into that sort of terrain deformation technology that a few other games have used in the past. Like really leaning into it. That's what the bananas are called in that game? Oh, I see. Okay. One more stretch. And then let us move over to default cube land. Okay. Oh, thank you for head pats. That's so nice. Oh shoot, I need to open my mix it up so it actually works. And then I'll redeem it again for you. Please load. Oh my gosh. One of my friends just shared a Twitter post. Where do y'all know about Evil Moment 37? So Diago got an Artovision shadow box of that moment, and it's signed by Justin Wong. I oscillate between feeling bad for him and also like being amused at how infamous the event is. There's also coins that serve to get outfits in Donkey Kong Bonanza. Oh, so that basically is just like Odyssey, where like Mario Odyssey has coins that serve no other purpose than to get cosmetics. Huh. What was I doing again? Oh, right. Okay, so I'm logged in there. I should be able to redeem Headpat now. It's on cooldown, dang it. Alright, I'll wait a minute and 45 seconds for that. Why is it on cooldown for so long? I need to bump that down. I think the reason I had it on cooldown is because if it's activated too frequently, then instead of having 2 head pats in a row, the second head pat cancels the first one. So if I go into channel point rewards, hopefully I can tweak that. Currently the cooldown, I set it to 1 minute. Why is it 1:45? What? It's literally set to 1 minute, which is the absolute minimum. I would set it lower if it let me. Oh, Great Tea, hello! Hope you're doing well. I'm just gonna turn off the cooldown and hope for the best. So I don't think people redeem it frequently enough for it to be a problem, really. Okay. Turning that off. There's a vanadium chip, which can be in exchange for bananas. Oh, I see. There we go. Thank you for that, Pat Louise. So nice. But like, unironically, like Evo Moment 37 is such a fantastic like learning tool, like a learning example for that kind of game design for like competitive fighting games. just because of like the fact that if Justin had not gone for like the super fancy special ability that the game has and just like hit any normal attack, he probably would have won. But because he used it, he locked himself into like an extremely predictable sequence of attacks that could theoretically be fully parried with enough like reflex and familiarity with the inputs. So just from a game design perspective, Moment 37 is just like so fascinating, and I've like watched an analysis video or two on what exactly made it so good. It's 20 years old. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The ceaseless march of time. Which I should know about given that I'm a chronomancer, but... Yeah, exactly, Apple. In some ways, fighting games are built around moments. They're built around the stories that the players create like being a part of a community. That's the whole reason that Super Smash Bros. Melee has withstood the test of time. Because the whole like metagame behind Melee's roster is mostly built up of stories. Why you like the fighting game community so much? Yeah, it's why I like being a spectator. Like, legitimately, like watching so much like competitive Smash Bros, for example, has given me like a newfound appreciation for why so many people like so many people like sports. You know, it's given me a newfound appreciation for that because I am very much not a sports battle. Like, I don't really watch football or baseball or anything like that, but now I get why people do. Because those timeless games that have withstood the test of time for so many generations of humanity, the reason they have done so is not because of the games themselves, but because the story around the players and everything. And of course, fighting game, like, you know, esports. Same vibes. Yeah. It's so cool to think about. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about like games like Smash Bros. Too, is that they are not like unapproachable to people who are like not like super good at fighting games, and the really intense amount of like input and like quick thinking that you would need to compete on a competitive level. Smash Bros. Circumvents that by being a party game first and foremost, and it kind of like de-emphasizes the competitive side of things for the most part. I mean to an extent, like something that has kind of like bothered me about like the later Smash games from like Smash 4 onwards is that you can tell that Bandai Namco, like their specific style is to lean more into the fighting side of the platform fighter genre and kind of like de-emphasize the platforming part. Because like Smash 4, Smash Ultimate, they don't have anything like Melee's Adventure Mode. They don't have anything like Subspace Emissary. Granted, Smash 4 has Smash Run, but that is a very tiny part of a huge game. And it's like on a time limit and everything, so it doesn't really count. Same thing with Smash Ultimate, having a platforming section, but it's the very final mission in World of Light, which is a game mode that lasts for like tens of hours. And only the final mission has any sort of like platforming section. So yeah, I pine for a day when they actually pay attention to the platforming side, because I feel like not only is that a part that more casual players like myself enjoy, gosh, Subspace Emissary was I have so many fond memories of that. Yeah, it's a part that the more casual audience like tends to enjoy, and also it's just like, it's just really interesting to see each character's moves, how they apply in the context of like a different like genre of gameplay, other than just like pure fighting. like it's just like so interesting how like a character who might actually like be relatively low tier in the regular like fighting gameplay modes might actually be really good in like a Subspace Emissary style adventure mode, because they might have like tools that allow them to navigate the space more effectively. Or they might have like attacks that work better when you're fighting like a large group of enemies as opposed to a single like player combatant. Yeah, Ganondorf, exactly. Perfect example is that final platforming section at the end of World of Light. One of the easiest characters to do it with is Ganondorf, who is widely considered to once again be one of the worst characters from a competitive standpoint. Yeah, it's the heavy curse. Heavies in Smash Bros have it tough, because like when the game first comes out, it seems like they're really effective, but it's only because like the competitive community hasn't figured out their tricks yet. But then as the meta evolves, they start to fall off. Thankfully Bowser is still doing pretty good. Last I checked, like he's kind of mid-tier in Ultimate. Bowser's my main in Ultimate. He's so fun to use. Heavies are like grapplers in a normal fighting game. Yeah, you could say that. Because they're huge, which makes them easy to hit. Their attacks are slower, so it's like a faster character is just able to nullify their attacks, in a sense. Like, there are tricks that you can use to make a heavy more competitively viable. Like, you can give their attacks like a super armor effect, where if they're in the middle of attack and the opponent hits them, they don't flinch or anything, so the opponent is kind of just forced to back off until the attack is finished. You could do that. You could just straight up make them not flinch from any attacks if they're above a certain health threshold, which is an effect that Bowser actually has in Smash Ultimate. Ah! Welcome, Raiders! Roselia's raiding and her clan is here to make sure you hydrate. Oh my gosh, thank you for the hydration reminder, Roselia clan. Welcome! Bats! We're just having a chill Chatty Batty about game design before I dive into practicing 3D, which is something that I really haven't done that much in the past. So, but my friends have been teaching me, so I'm gonna apply what I've learned. Ellie, take a sippy. Ah, this drink is hereby sanctioned by the Roselia clan. Thank you very much. Well, hello, Mighty. Thank you for stopping by. Ah. So yeah, there are a few things you can do to kind of like make heaviers more, like heavy characters in the fighting game more viable, or at least make playing as a heavy less annoying when you're fighting like a faster opponent. What you could also do, which I feel like there's got to be a fighting game that's done this, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. So heavies have they tend to be larger, so they're easier to hit. You could give them a mechanic where, like some kind of like rage meter, where it fills up not only when they hit attacks, but when they're hit by opponents' attacks. So suddenly, the opponent has to be really careful and know like when to back off from their combos, because like as they're hitting the heavy, like it's building up their rage meter, and then when it's full, they could kind of like break out of the combo with like a super powerful attack. I think that could be a pretty cool way of evening the odds. Mm. And of course, the other thing you could do, which you gotta be careful about because it could kind of defeat the purpose of having a heavy archetype, is to just give them really fast attacks. Lucario's aura mechanic from Smash Bros? I guess so. Mm. You haven't seen that? In most fighting games, it seems the solution is to make heavies grapplers. Yeah, that too. You could solve the issue of them getting comboed to death by just making them really good at grabs. Because a lot of fighting games will have kind of like a rock, paper, scissors relationship between attacking, blocking, and grappling. So grappling beats blocking, and blocking beats attacking, and then attacking beats grappling. Yeah, I think that's the way it works. And like even like World of Light and Smash Bros. Ultimate kind of revolves around that rock, paper, scissors dynamic. Yeah. But of course, to be an effective grappler, you kind of need to have the reach. Either that, or you need to be able to like tank hits as you're approaching the opponent to grab them. Yeah, I agree, Apple Cinnabon. That's what makes it challenging. It's hard to design a heavy that rewards outplays without waiting until your opponent makes a small technical mistake. And if they have huge combos, they're incentivized to just wait to get one for free at most levels of play rather than taking a risk. Yeah. Oh, wow, Kitty Doll. That actually sounds really cool. Is it BlazBlue or Blaze Blue? So that character you're describing, Iron Tiger, has a fun mechanic where certain attacks magnetize his opponents, and other moves force the opponent to move closer to him. It's fun because grapplers are usually working to get in close to initiate their game plan, but once Tiger gets in, the opponent has to work to get out. Ooh, that does sound fun. BlazBlue? No E? Okay. I do like my E's, but I will keep that in mind. E. It doesn't have an E because I took it. Orchid, hello! Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Alright, I'm gonna take another sippy and then we can get started. Ah, good stuff. Doing pretty good. It is pronounced Blaze Blue, according to the game itself. Okay. Rosie Raid, yeah. What did y'all play in your stream, by the way? In the cross-tag battle, the announcer pronounces it as Blaze Blue. I had a feeling. Because Blaz sounds, it doesn't sound cool. Oh yeah, Craig from Rivals of Aether. Alright. Bats. Alright, let me get, some music. Alright, it's a site that many seasoned Blender users are used to. The default cube. However, what I've been doing when I practice is just deleting everything and then picking my own shape to start with. So I figured what I would start with is drawing my underwings. Well, not drawing, modeling. And I actually have a sprite of them that I can use as a reference. Let me see if I can dig it out. My friend Yomi played Undertale for the first time the other day. That was really... That made me happy. I like Undertale. Okay. So this is an Underwing. So I guess I'll put you here. They're my mascots representing my fan base, which is all you. If you watch me practice modeling, it may inspire you. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Oh shoot, somebody Somebody informed me that Gmail has automatically opted people into like an AI thing. I need to turn that off real quick. Okay, what did the instructions say? So in settings in general, and it's listed as smart features. That's quick settings. Where's the main settings? I'm clicking the gear icon. Okay, see all settings. Okay, so there's an option called Smart Features, and it says turn on Smart Features in Gmail, Chat, and Meet. Okay, turn off and reload. I'm gonna do that on my second Gmail account, which is specifically for my VTubing stuff. Okay, I have done it there too. Okay. There we go. I lose out on email categories, but whatever. Doing the one I just did isn't enough? Okay, let me double check and see what the second one is. Let's see. So, Google Workplace Smart Features. Where's that second one located? Okay, Manage Workplace Smart Feature Settings. Okay. I see you. I see you. You can't hide from me. Oh, okay. It's in the same spot. I just have to make sure to click the button that says Manage Workspace Smart Feature Settings. Okay. Okay, perfect. Nice. Alright, that is helpful to know. I'm gonna post a link to the tweet that was shared with me, just in case y'all use Gmail. Because I think that'll be useful to know. Because Gmail lags like crazy when it's got, like, AI features turned on. So I do highly recommend keeping it off, unless you have a very specific need for something in it. But, okay. Alright, so... to start with, Underwings kind of have, like, a, you know, like an oval shape. So, I think what we could do first is, do either a circle or an icosphere. I'm thinking circle. Wait, no, sphere. UV sphere. Yeah. And something that I saw one of my friends do that was really interesting, and I think it's gonna make it easier for me to manipulate the model at first, is I'm gonna make it low poly, but then add a subdivision surface modifier, which will like automatically increase the number of polygons and make it look smoother. So I think that will be pretty cool. So there's like a little like wrench icon here, and then I can add the modifier. And under generate, you select subdivision surface. And as you can see, it has automatically added more polygons. Look how smooth it is. But when I go into edit mode, I just have like a lot less polygons that I have to manipulate in order to get the shape I want. So y'all are a little bit squishy like this. So I guess it's kind of like that a little bit. I could kind of give y'all like a taller like egg. See, there's a button up here too that you can click, and it makes it see-through, so you can select vertices on the opposite side. And then I really like the circle tool. You press C, and it kind of makes it so you can just kind of like paint across and like highlight all the things you want to highlight. Also, I just noticed that my drawing arm is a little like offset a little weirdly, so gonna fix that real quick. Okay. There we go. So then I'm gonna change the pivot point. I'm not gonna explain like everything that I'm doing just because it's something that I'm still learning how to do myself. But like I'll describe like the important stuff. Like you can if there's like a shortcut that you've forgotten how to do, you can press F3 at any time and it's a searchable database of every single shortcut. Which has been highly useful for me for actually learning because it shows you like the key you can press on the left side. So say I want to scale this, right there, mesh transform and scale. And then while I'm scaling, I can press X, Y, or Z to just scale along those axes. So let's give y'all a little bit of an egg shape. Just a flat egg shape of sorts. Tall egg. And I want those ears now. Those big old ears. So I think the way I could do that is... Well, actually, to make things easier on myself, like, because, like, underwings are symmetrical. So I think to make this easier, like, there's two things I can do. I can either click this, like, X up here next to the butterfly, which enables mesh symmetry in the X-axis. And that will allow, like, any changes on one side to apply to the other. If that doesn't work for some reason, something else that you could do is just, like, chop off half your model. And then add a new modifier that is the mirror modifier. And now you see it's automatically mirroring along the X-axis. I think I'll do that. So that way I only have to worry about, like, I don't have to worry about accidentally selecting, vertices on the other side. You're already learning from me? Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you. Yeah. And just kind of like, streaming it to y'all, to an audience, kind of, like, helps me get in the mindset of kind of, like asking myself questions about what I've learned, over the past couple weeks. Yeah, you can also, there's also this cool little, like, camera thing over here, and if you click one of the buttons, it immediately snaps to orthographic view. So I think what I want to do here is extrude region, and then push this up, and then we have the beginnings of, like, an ear. Now, I know there's a way to do it, but I can't remember, like, I want to make these two edges, like, I don't want them to be smoothed by the subdivision surface. So I wonder if there's a way to do that. If you have a mirror in Subsurf, you want to make sure that the mirror is first in the modifier list so that smooths the mirrored model. Okay, good to know. So I'll move that up. Because I want this to kind of, like, go like that. I could also make the ears like a separate model that's not attached, but I'd prefer it attached. I could also temporarily hide subdivision just so I get the shape down. So what if I did like this? And then what I could do is kind of like give it a triangular shape by merging these vertices. You can set crease of those edges in the panel on the right that you can pull out next to the camera gizmo. Okay, in the panel on the right that I can pull out. Oh, okay, so I can make creases that that the subdivision surface modifier, like, ignores. Okay, that's good to know. Let me just finish what I'm doing here. Wrong button. Okay, it's getting there. So let me turn this on so I can see. Alright. So I should be able to highlight the edge here, and... I wonder if it's in the quick menu, so let's do crease. Oh! Okay, no, let's select similar. Mean crease under item? Oh, okay. Oh, let's go! That's really useful, thank you. So let's highlight these edges now. Awesome! Yeah, and they're highlighted purple so that you know. Ah! Awesome! I'm learning. Thank you, thank you. So then what I want to do, I think I want to crease on the front side too, because it's gonna be pushed in a little bit. But what we'll do first is... Okay, I think I could pull this off by doing like an inset face. And then just moving it inside. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I definitely want, creases. That. You're coming along on on 3D a lot better than you give yourself credit for it. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you. So I think I want to subdivide this and kind of like push the shape out a little bit. Looks kind of weird, but the vertices, but whatever. But I just want to... Ah! Oh no, wrong button. I want this. So let's select these, and then just kind of, like, put them down here. Oh, wait a second. No, that works the way I expect it to. Well, actually, let me select all of them. There we go. Or I could do like... Actually, no, yeah, this is more like that, like if I push it out here. And then I think what I want to do is like make like a crease up here too. Not too intense. Like that might be a bit too pointy. I'll just do like 0.35. And I'll do the same thing with this one. Let's do like 0.3 for this one. Yeah. And then I also want to move these down a little bit. Yeah. And then... do this and kind of crease it a little bit too. Yeah. And then I want to push this back. There we go. Yeah, like you see, it's not good that I actually have the vertex all the way back here. It only works because I have the subdivision surface modifier. But I could kind of mitigate the effect by just pushing this back too. And then I could bring it like down here. Because our bat ears tend to have more volume on the bottom. And then I think, like, I'm looking at my own ears. They aren't really that thick horizontally. So I think what I could do is highlight these and offset by that. So I could do this. Yeah. So I want to select these three. And just kind of like... How am I gonna do this? I guess I could just bring these down. And do that. It's a little messy right now, but I'll fix it in a bit. How'd that get there? Okay. There we go. Something like that. Gotta head to work, Great Tea? No problem, thank you for hanging out with us. Yeah, Gondorich provided me some tutelage. And I think what I want now is, like... shrinking these down vertically a bit. Give y'all a little bit of a bean shape. And of course, the other thing about underwings is that we have big bat noses. So, for the noses, I could maybe use a knife tool. Yeah, I'll turn off X-ray and try knife. So I'll like start up here and then make it like this and like this. Yeah, and then we'll make sure that they have maximum creasage. And then I can select the new faces and extrude them. Shoo. Yeah. Except now I need to make sure that this aligns with the axis. Okay. So let's like scale by the active element XX0. No. SX. 0. There you go. Teardrop nose. And then there's like a button up here that you can press if you want to turn off like all the vertex and everything, just see what the model looks like on its own. Yeah. Except like I don't want creases like right here necessarily. Let's do like, yeah, 0. Yeah! Bigger Scrub! Hi! Thanks for stopping by. Okay. Okay, let's get the knife tool back. And then... Choop, choop. Choop. And then what we can do... kind of bring this down. And I feel like this is like a bit wider. And, okay, so we scale along X. Yeah. And then I want to move this one, like, out here. Actually, Okay, yeah, let me look up the nose of a bat that has a huge nose. Bat nose, we got leafy noses. Some bat species can have very funky noses. So I think it might be cool to kind of generally give it like the same contour as the ears. So that way they kind of share a similar design language in 3D. And I think to pull that off, we'll take the crease value of 0.35. Grab this along y-axis. Something like that. And then I'll inset the faces. I only want to inset on one size though, so I think to fix this, I'll just... First of all, I'll merge here. And then I need to, like, subdivide that. So if I click that edge... There we go, and then do the same thing here. Thank you for the pats, Dark Moon. That's so nice. Okay. Need to get back in the habit of the redeems. Oh, also thank you for Kit Combo. You should use the Honduran bats you sent earlier today. Oh, yeah, Edchef sent me a video of some Honduran white bats. They're such precious little beans. They're like tiny little, like, powdered donuts. Bigger Scrub, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh. Oh, good stuff. Oh gosh, that felt good. My goodness. Okay, so now... How do I handle creasing here? It's mostly on the bottom. So choose the, and then we just push these shapes in. Yeah. And then I want to push the center ones in a little bit more too. There we go. Well, for now. Because I kind of need like a thing down the middle. Wait. I shouldn't have merged those one vertices, because we could use that. Okay. Alright, we'll do that, and we'll push this in. Okay. Actually, like, let's just, like, push these two in. Very nice. Okay, let's add a crease here. Increase the crease. I guess that's fine. I guess for these two, I can kind of push them in. Yeah. And then I want to move these ones down. And I think what I could do... Yeah, because I want a little bit of a flat surface right up here. So maybe to pull that off, I could knife it. Shoot. And then just make sure that it's at the same, like, depth level. Active element at, whoops. SY0. Yeah, getting there. Nice. Maybe not that intense. Cool. Getting there. You're back from doing model practice? You have confidence now? Let's go. It's good to hear. Okay, now I need the nose to be more bulbous, because then it's cuter. Right now it's a little too sharp. I think we'd take the knife again. Make sure we got it nice and round. Yeah, something like that, I guess. And then maybe push the bottom down a little bit. I mean, back. Something like that. And then push these out. Oh, it's getting there. Looking good. Maybe I want to be careful with the creases here. Oh, also I should save my work. I know that the file screen does show my, like, hard drive directory, so I'm gonna... Let's see. I'm gonna hide that real quick. So let's just go into downloads for now, and then we'll call it Underwing. Ah! I am Bat! Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it! Awesome! Bat! Nice! Hope you're doing well. Okay, so now let's do the feeties. Underwings are basically like Kirby characters. They're just head and feet. So I guess what we can do is just like pull this down. Nice. And then we do want to add creases here. Across like the whole thing. Looks so silly right now, but we'll fine tune it. What the heck? Why are there 3? Why is it only selecting 2? Let's try that. Okay, that's better. Basically something like that. Yeah, I'm cooking 3D art. I've been learning the past couple weeks with friends. So now I'm ready to put my knowledge to the test. Let's go! Ah, so cute. And then I'm gonna push this out. And then I think here, what I could do... knife tool. Because I want to make it more spherical. And then, okay. Starting from this perspective. Little spubby stubbies. We gotta make sure the spubby stubbies are in the right shape. Nice. Then we'll move this like here. In a roughly circular shape. There we go. Ah! But these are just kind of like peg legs coming out. I want them to kind of have the impression of like, you know, a Kirby character. So I think in order to pull that off, what we need to do is kind of have like an oval shape that kind of like is like that. Like, make it like this. So I think to help us, we will need more nodes, so I'm going to loop cut here. Well, not, I keep saying nodes, but vertices, I should say. Do this, this. Oh, we're starting to get little feedie. I kind of like that, actually. Like little Animal Crossing feedies. But let's continue our train of thought with the other idea first. Oh. Yeah, there we go. And then what we do is we add a crease to this bottom part. So that the bottom of the feeties are flat. Yeah. Don't crease this part. Yeah. Get in there, get in there. You think figuring out topology is your nightmare? Yeah, yeah. For me, like UV mapping is still something that I'm wrapping my head around. Okay. Let's push this back. And this too. There we go. And then I think I need to push these parts forward too. There we go. Now we're starting to get like the Kirby look down. Yeah. Move this out, move this out. Oops. Nice. No, this way. Okay. And then what I want to do is bring this up here. Yeah. How many more vertices? There we go. Yes, 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 that's the look I want. Herb. There was a person in the Carters 2 modding community that kept putting out... Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. I guess the upside in that point is that they're most likely to get bonked for copyright infringement. Because as unfortunate as it is that some of the bigger companies like Disney and Nintendo are so, like, are so gung-ho about enforcing their copyright, it will turn out to be a blessing when it comes to, you know, AI stealing everybody's, like, artwork. Okay, that creasing does work really well. I like that. I wonder, what if I did this, too? Yeah, okay. That works. Yeah! Kirby! Kirby feety. Push this up a little bit. Yes, I like it. Mango Star. I think maybe they could be like a little closer together, possibly. That's probably fine the way it is, though. Just a little guy. Just a little guy. Awesome. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure something will be done about it soon. It kind of reminds me of a saying that I heard about, like, lies. Like, a lie will travel all the way across the world before the truth even has time to tie its shoelaces. Something like that. And I think that applies to, like, emergent technologies that might be used for, like, less than desirable reasons. It'll run rampant for like a few years, but then once the laws and regulations start catching up to it, then it starts to fizzle out pretty quickly. Oh, I just noticed there's like a crease down there, so I gotta push that up so it remains nice and rotund. I think what I might need to do actually is to just like add another loop cut here. Or I'll just use knife tool. Just so I can get the head to be like nice and round the way I want it to be. Okay, let's do like median point, scale Z0, scale X0. Just to make sure that lines up correctly. GX. Grandeur Lapuz. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. I hope you're pronouncing your name correctly. But, yeah, welcome. I'm practicing 3D models by drawing my underwings. There you go, okay. The head is sufficiently rotund now. I could probably move this out a little bit. Okay. That works. Now we need the eyes. But I think for the eyes I could just use a separate, model. Or a separate mesh, I should say. And we'll go with, an icosphere. Because that allows us to get away with less geometry. Shrink it. Move it forward. Let's see, how... The eyes are actually quite tiny. So I think what I could do, let's do that again. We only need one subdivision. Actually, no, that looks weird. It ends up being a teardrop. It still ends up being a teardrop. So I think maybe actually I have to do your UV sphere. So 8, 4... 8, 4 should be fine. And let's get you nice and tiny. Ugh. What the heck? Wait a second, okay. I think it's because I'm spawning it in the center, so it ends up being, like, part of the symmetry. So what if I were to, like... move it out? Okay, there we go. Now I have 2 of them. Now let's move you out here. Oh, it's so cute! Nice. And then I could just, like, push it back a little bit, I guess. Yeah. And then, do I want a separate model for the cheekbones, I wonder? I don't want the eyes to be subdivisioned because that's a lot of polys just for the eyes. So I guess what I could do is copy that, go into object mode, and just kind of paste it as part of a different model entirely. Delete these vertices. Oh, wait, that didn't work the way I hoped it would. I'll just make it a new one. With 2 subdivisions is fine, I guess. And I'm gonna add just the mirror modifier. Okay. Like right there. It's good, I think. Yeah. Okay. And then I think I'll do something similar for the cheek highlights. Well, actually, should I paint the cheek highlights on? I think I'll just do that. So I'll call this eyes, and then this body. Nice. Hey. All right, so I think the next step is texturing. Don't worry about poly count. Okay, good to know, Gondridge. Okay. So, I think when I spawn an icosphere, it already is UV mapped. Yeah. And the texture is not gonna be that complicated either. It's just that. So what I can do then is just like make a new image. Name it eye. And if we go in texture paint mode, alright, I need to add a material. New material, call it, eyes. Make the base color an image texture. Do that, and there you go. We got our button eyes. Okay, and then go back into object mode, click the body. And I'm gonna have to set up my seams. So I think it would make sense to have the ears be like on a separate, like in a separate part of the texture map. So I'm gonna mark these as seams. Okay. Oh, U is how I mark seams. Just pressing U. U. Mark seam. And for this, I guess I could mark the inside too. I'll just mark a seam here. Oh, right, I forgot the wings. Good call. I'll go ahead and just put these seams here and then go back into object mode. Okay, that's good. And then I'll put a seam here. That should hopefully be enough when we get around to it. But back to layout mode. We gotta make our wings. Okay. I guess for this, what I could do, yeah, I could cut a hole in here with a knife. Like so. And then highlight these faces and extrude. Pew! I should mark my creases. It looks so silly right now, but we're working on it. So let me do like a few loop cuts so we have more geometry to work with. There we go. And then I will just focus on getting them to look good in the front for now. So we do like this, and then like bring this down. I should just probably highlight all of this geometry and crease it. Oh, there's some more creases I missed. Choo. Close, close. Ah, okay. Okay, so there's only like 2 little wing membrane spikes. Let me see. Let's get in there. I might need a little bit more geometry to work with. Also make sure, I want to make sure that the back is lined up too with what I'm doing. Okay. Let's see what we can do with loop cutting here. Doop, doop, doop. Doop. Okay, so I think I could actually like also remove these creases down here. Mostly want it along that other end. There we go. Haha. I want more stuff here, actually. So I think I could knife that. If anything creases that aren't in the silhouette can be removed, yeah. Okay, that'll give me more to work with. Yeah, me too, Godrich. Freaking love Silva Gunner. Okay, so now that should give me the extra vertices I need to kind of like round this out. Gee. Let's round it out height-wise first. Okay. What music DAW do I use? I use Foobar 2000. Specifically because they make it easy to just, like, output the song that you're currently playing to a text file, and then I can show that on my stream on the bottom. So that makes it super easy for people to just, like, see what song is currently playing. Okay. That's pretty good, and then I guess we want to kind of, like, squish the shape down. So I want to highlight all these. I just noticed a crease that I missed too, but I'll worry about that afterwards. Make sure we got median point selected, and then I'm gonna shrink along the y-axis. I could see how I could get fancier with this, shape-wise, just so it doesn't look flat from the side. Because when you're making a 3D model, there's more considerations that you need, compared to 2D. Like, you have to make sure that it looks, like, good from all angles. Maybe not necessarily, like, with just the T-pose. But we might as well. So, like, from the side view, for example, like, we can make it look more interesting, probably by kind of, like, curving it out. Yeah, like that. That looks a little bit more interesting. Okay, I just need to make sure to do the same thing for, all the other bits and bobs. Okay. Nice. Nice. Snip plus Foobar, yeah. Airplane ears, yeah. I just love, like, the sheer variety of ears in bat species. Like, our ears and our noses and our head shapes, like, change so dramatically. Or it's like comparing different breeds of dogs. Some of us got that orcish look to us, that Nosferatu. More vicious looking, and then some of us are just, like, basically just sky puppies. Where we got, like, short, like, cute little snouts. Okay, I'm gonna push this back. Yeah, okay, I like that. And it takes advantage of the creases. I wish I could get this to be pointier, though. Maybe if I crease this? Yeah, okay. That works. Yeah, I like the shape. It's so good. Yeah! It's you guys. I'm gonna push the eyes in a little bit more. Yeah. I think since this is 3D, let's make the wings just like a little bit larger. And then what could we use as an anchor point? I guess a 3D cursor. And then I'll just move it closer afterwards. And then, okay, scale that on the Z-axis. Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent size. And something else I wanted to do is just like make the ears a bit more, like rotate them a bit. So I'll highlight those. Actually, did I deselect everything? Okay, yeah. So I'll rotate this up here. I'll fix the offset. Yeah, okay, that's better. I like that. Yeah! So cute. Move these ears offsets down here. And then I think I need to like take the base parts here and move them up. Okay, yeah, that's better. Ah, I'm so excited. Okay, zoom in here. Move this up a little bit, just clean up the positioning here. Yes. Okay, now we're ready to UV map. Yeah! Instead of creasing all the edges connected to a vertex line like you do with the pointy bits, you can crease only the vertex with Control-Shift-E so your edges can remain smooth. Oh, that's a cool idea. Okay, I'll try that. So this goes back to not being creased, but then I can crease the vertex. Yes, yes, okay, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, let's do that with these vertexes too. That's so helpful. E. Awesome. I'm learning. Okay, let's move that over here. And then let's move you. Oh, wait, well, actually, I could just do, like, GY. Fix that. There we go. Let's push this down a little bit. Kind of looks like a Batman symbol now, but whatever. Sorry, I'm just kind of vibing. Okay. So now we want to make sure that we have more seams marked. Mark a seam here, and then also mark it along the crease edge. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all the seams we need to make this work. Oh, right, I think I need to get these ones too. Because when you're marking seams, you just kind of have to imagine that you're making the model out of paper. And, like, you have to imagine, like, the parts of the paper that you'd have to, like, cut open in order to lay it down flat. Let's get the ankle here and mark that as a seam. Okay, I think that is pretty good. Maybe marking a seam along, like, the nose would be a good idea. Oops. Okay, that's good. Yeah, okay. So here goes nothing. Yeah, I like how, like, there's a whole, like, day or so where Sylva Gunner was just, like, only doing remixes of this song. Which, it's a very good song. It's one of my favorites in Deltarune. Okay, so we're gonna make a new texture. New image, body. And then we'll make a material for it, too. Nice, okay. So I guess, like, if I change it like this, is it gonna show the texture? Okay, yeah. However, I think what I could do is go into the texture paint mode, and then that'll give us what we need. Alright, so now we are able to paint. But I do just want to have white as my default. Oh, wait, I need to unwrap everything first. Unwrap! Minimum stretch. There we go. That's fine for now. There's ways you can optimize it, but right now we are just wanting to paint. Da, 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 da. Okay. Let's just fill this in with white. Very nice. Okay, so let's start off with making nice purple color for the inside of the ears and the nose. And, like, we can paint this, and then, but then we have the problem where the purple can go on to other parts of the model that should be white. So what we can do to mitigate that is go into edit mode, pick only the faces of the stuff that you want to paint. I think that's everything. Let me double check. Oh, there's a couple more. Okay. Nice. Alright, so with those selected, Do I need a face in those ones, actually? I'm gonna select these. And then delete only the faces. Because we're not gonna see the inside. Okay. Selecting again. Lights. Okay, yeah, we selected only those. So then we go back into texture paint mode, and then there's like a button up here that is a paint mask. And when it's turned on, we can only paint along the stuff that we've selected. So I can go ahead and paint the base color for the nose purple without it affecting anything else. And then after this, I want, let's get like a smoother brush. Switch over to our black color. Then maybe reduce the strength a little bit. Ah, never mind. Okay. I'll figure this out. I guess if you want to like smoothly blend between two colors, we could use the blur tool for that. And that starts to create like a gradient. And if we just keep using it, then... And if we wanted it to be like a bit more gradual, maybe what I could do is, okay, what's the eyedropper tool? Shift X and then right click. Pick like a transitional color. Paint that in. Well, maybe use like a smaller size brush, actually. Yeah, like that. Okay, push this down here. Okay. Now we can start blurring. Ah, mouse. Okay. There we go, and then we have a nice smooth transition between the two colors. Nice. Alright, I want to do that again, make it even more gradual. So we'll pick this color. We found a Blender add-on specifically for hand painting textures. It's called UCU Paint. Ooh. Press L over a region of faces to select linked, which defaults to everything within the seams. Oh, okay, I didn't know that it took seams into account. That's very useful to know. Let's decrease the strength a little bit. And then, I'm so used to using a different key combination for the eyedropper from like Sprite in Photoshop. Like every single like one of the main programs that I'm currently using has a different key that you have to press. Okay, those are good. Let's start blending. Looking good. Oh, also, Gunterch, I can't remember. How do I turn off the lighting in Blender? That's looking good. And then I think it would be a good idea to have a highlight color. So let's do like X and okay, yeah, that's the bright color. So let's make it even brighter. Top right, select flat, turn on texture. Ah, okay. Nice. Now I can't tell where the creases are. But that's okay. You have MMD installed, they have a shadeless shortcut. Oh, cool. Let's just do like this. And hope for the best. Something like that. Okay. Oh, I didn't actually hear that version apps. That's pretty neat. I keep saying this, but I'm so excited for Pel Crash 2. It looks so good. I'm especially excited for like the new puzzle mode. Oh my gosh. I don't know how much Ashley had said specifically about it, so I won't say anymore, but... Hype. Why does it do that sometimes, where it's just kind of like, when I'm blurring, sometimes a random color will just like pop in? Is it because it's selecting vertices that are like on the opposite side of what I'm clicking? I think that looks pretty decent. I would maybe want to, sharpen this a little bit. Yeah. Got ourselves a button nose, and I do want to kind of like transition into the white color, but before I do that, I better actually like shade the rest. So then I guess what we could do, let's go back into edit mode. And then we should do the inside of the ears too, because they're the same color. And we've got those purple colors loaded up onto our palette already, so it just makes sense. Oopsie, didn't want to click that one. Okay, I think those are the ones that I need. And then, oh yes, the wings. L? Yes, okay, pressing L works. So if you click one and then press L, as long as everything is like, all the seams are marked correctly, you'll click the whole thing. So now we can go back into paint mode. I think there's an option here I can click to prevent things on the opposite side of the camera from being painted, but I can't remember where it is. Is it in, like, texture map, stroke? It's something like occlude. Oh, yeah. If it's turned on, then it should work already. Oh, hello, Ghostly! Gonna be back in a bit after you take a walk. Awesome. Okay. What color do I have? Oh, that's just blur. Okay. Select this. Nice. Ah, so cute. Alright, cool. Obtain flight by the power of pink. And I guess, like, maybe if we zoom out far enough and the brush is, like, smooth enough. Let's try the airbrush. And then, like, reduce its strength. Reduce it more. Yeah, okay. I'm feeling the airbrush. There's a place somebody near. Let's go! Yeah, airbrush is so good. That does the exact like gradient effect I was trying with the blur tool, but it does it way faster. You're by my side, then I don't know. We want to go. Okay, what am I looking at? Okay, I need to apply the gradient effect to the other side now. The bats. That's fine for now. Why does this happen? Why does this happen? No me gusta. Also, if you go into the stroke panel up there, you can choose like a line, which I personally find very useful because I don't really have that steady of a hand for these sorts of things. That's close enough. Yeah. Me gusta. And then I think I need to, yeah, the pink lines along here. I think for that, I could go back to select this highlight color. Wait, what? Okay, no. There you go. Ah, okay, so let's be careful. We could, like, okay. So... let's reduce the strength so it, like, matches the lighting around the rest. Ah! I need a steady hand and a steady mouse for this sort of thing. Alright, let's try Blur Tool now. See how that feels. That's cool, I guess. And then maybe to touch that up a little bit. Okay, let me, okay. Let me go back to line. Wait, curve stroke. What's that do? I'm curious. I have lost the ability to paint. I'll just do line. You can enable stabilize stroke in the stroke menu. Oh! Okay. Stabilize. Okay, let me undo and try it with that. Let's go! That's awesome. Thank you, Gundridge. Heck yeah. I'm just constantly learning cool new things about this program. My goodness. I don't want it to go too far. So I'm just trying to find the right place to, like, let go of the button. Oh yeah, that's fine for now. I'm gonna blur now, and then I'll add like an accent highlight at the top. Wait, no, actually, if I'm careful, I could actually just blur only the bottom. Yeah. Yes. Ah, okay. Yeah. I think that looks alright. Ideally, I probably would have made it like a bit thicker. I wonder if there's like a smear tool, yeah. If I increase like the size of it enough. Kind of like push it up a little bit. No, then it affects stuff around it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll blur it after I put this in and see if that works nicely enough. I'm reminded of that Mario Party 1 minigame where you got like the jackhammers and you're trying to trace an object that's in the ground. Okay. Mario Party 1 had way too many mini games that involved rotating the analog stick. And they like obviously they have to keep them when they release the game on Nintendo Switch Online, so like don't they have like a warning before you boot up the game or something about rotating it too much? I've not actually played Mario Party 2 or 3. I played a lot of the first one with friends. And then I didn't play another one until 4 on the GameCube. And then I think after that, the one that I played was like 9. And then Superstar. Yeah, Mario Party 1 was on the N64. You can change the strength in the right-click menu or Shift F. Oh, nice. Good to know. I think this is a valiant start. Okay, push this down here. Yeah, okay. So let's go back into edit mode. And is there a way to invert my selection? Yes, there is. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is make sure that I've got all of the purple elements selected. So that's the nose, the wings, and the inside of the ears. And then I'll invert my selection, and then we'll have only the white bits selected. Okay. So that's all the purple parts. So then we select the inverse. Yeah. And then let's go back to texture painting. Nice. And then we'll use the power of airbrushing to make a nice highlight color. So I think we could go like down here. Is that good? Oh, okay, I need to change the stroke again. Cool, okay. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Nice. Yeah, it gets kind of weird with vertices that are hidden. Nice. And then do, like, highlight, like, the crease between the ears here. Haha! Very nice, very nice. Very nice. Okay. my gosh, I can't believe I'm 3D modeling. Let's freaking go. Past Spacey would be very excited for what's ahead in terms of skill set. She'd be like, you can do what now? Okay. And then get the bottom of the feeties. Nice. And then I think we can fix up the weird lines with some blurring. Uh-huh. Very nice. Okay. Oh, yeah, I gotta fix that part in there too. It's pretty good. Okay, and then fix that up right there. Oh, why does it keep darkening? Why? Why you do that? Okay. I think that's a pretty nice amount of detail. Only one thing left, which is to, give you your rosy cheeks. No. Let's go. Nice! I kind of want to make the ears a bit taller, though. So I guess, we can go back to edit mode.
Success!
Yeah! Okay, where's... Okay, texture. And then... flat. Yeah! What a guy! Alright, so I want to click the vertices. Oops. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm gonna rotate you up here for a sec. Scale along the z-axis. Then we're gonna move you back down here. Yeah, I like that better. Gotta have them nice big ears. This is so cool. Underwings! And I could put a bit more work into the textures. Like, you could easily, after you're done texture painting, you could easily just, like, take image and save it as, and then save it as an external file. And then you can go into your favorite art program, and go in and paint it with a little bit more precision. And that will give you some really nice results. Oh, also, I did want to blend a little bit into... Ah! Right click. I just want to get in there. Yeah, I think that feels nicer. Maybe. Yeah. Ah! Oh yeah, I should add some highlights on the eyes too. I think to make them nice and crisp, I won't texture them, but I'll instead put like a circle on them. But hold on, I need to blow my nose. Happy vacation spot? Yeah, because of the music. Their textures have a retro look to them, like 6th gen textures? Yeah! I've really been, like, fascinated with the fact that, like, more indie developers nowadays, like, we've kind of, like, are starting to move even beyond indie games with, like, a PS1 and 64 aesthetic. We're even starting to move on to PS2 and, like, GameCube and all that, and it's really cool to see. I think that speaks to how powerful game dev software is now, especially Godot, with how good it's getting with 3D. Yeah, the PS2 is retro. And I think it's a really cool thing that indie developers are kind of like still challenging themselves to work within like a certain like hardware specification. Because that tends to lead to like really creative ideas. Yeah, we can return to the peak era of gaming. But if you think about it, like people who are like learning how to make games as kids and teens, they're starting to like get into adulthood now, and those are the kinds of developers who grew up during GameCube PS2 era. Okay, so I want to add a new mesh, which is just a circle. And it doesn't need to have that many vertices. We're gonna rotate you not along the 3D cursor. We're also gonna go into edit mode and then press F to just fill it in. And then I think, right, we need a mirror modifier, which I can do after I adjust the size and pull it to the left a little bit. So mirror, there we go. Scale you down just a little bit and then grab right here. I'm gonna try and get it as close as possible without it clipping. And if I'm not mistaken, does it have a center vertices? No, it doesn't. But yeah, that's a nice highlight. And let's just add a new material for it. And just call it highlight. And we'll keep the base color bright white. And then also make sure, like, when we're in edit mode that we click assign. And that assigns the material to it if we want to use, like, different materials for different parts. Oh! Very nice. Then I could, like... wrap you, move you over a little bit. I want to make these a bit less square. Okay. And then maybe, like, cut, like, use knife tool. Add, like, a few more vertices there. Oops. Okay, and then... the way my ears shut up. Oh, my bottle. I'm guessing that's the male. Or something. I don't know, I'll let Mama Spacey handle it.
What the dog doing?
I love how...
What the dog doing?
I love how expressive my ears are, my goodness. I was like really focused like this, and then I was like... What's your dog doing? My gosh, Sammy just, like, screams when he's excited. He doesn't even bark, he just screams. He's like, ah! 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 But, like, we've actually been teaching him to bark on command. And when we do that, it's very much a bark. It's like, bark, 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 bark. But if he's hungry or if somebody is, like, stopping by, he's like, ah! 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 Sammy is, like, the weirdest dog that I've ever owned, but I love him. Choo-choo. Okay. Maybe if, like... I don't know, something still feels, like, square. Maybe if I, like, grab these and then, like... move them up a little bit. And then I could also, like, move these vertices down. I think that looks pretty nice now. Ugh, now there's a seam. That's fine. Okay. Grab this here. Huh? Okay. Something like that. Ah. Okay, I think that's starting to feel sufficiently rotund. Something like that. It's a bit tricky working in 3 dimensions. It's quite rewarding though. Yeah. Looking good. Awesome. Sammy unleashing his inner monk, yeah. Oh, you were playing Bloodborne and you had trouble discerning the models from the environment because they're so detailed? Yeah, I think it's not so much the level of technology. I think whether a game is like super modern or like retro styled, like they can learn the same lessons, I suppose. Where it's more about art direction. Like we've seen AAA studios in the past like go all in on like the fanciest graphics and everything, not understanding that art direction is more important than like graphical fidelity. Because if you have strong art direction, you can do a lot with a little. And I think like that's the key to like producing good games in like a reasonable amount of time. I'll do. Why is it looking like that? Come on. Please. Why is it like that? Oh well. Okay. Nice. It's all good. Pixel art is a good example of doing a lot with less. I agree. Pixel art is very good at that. Like, if you have strong art direction, you can make any art style feel, like, super immersive. Alright, let me take a sippy. And then, what do you say we rig the Underwing and animate some wing flapping? Ah. Yeah, rigging, animating is something I'm a little bit fuzzier on, but I think I could shake my memory. Ah, good stuff. There's actually a bat in your room modeling graphics. It's so real. Nice. Yeah, I wonder who that bat is. Yeah, Dark Moon, exactly. People are still making memes about Team Fortress 2 to this day because the art style is just, it's so stylistic. Like, it has a very unique art style, which is held up over the years despite technology marching on. I like the Team Fortress 2 video where that somebody made where like it was comparing sentence mixing in AI. And it's got like Heavy going banana with an AI voice, and then like the sentence mixing Heavy comes in with like a banana hood on. And he's like banana. Oh. Receiving a phone call. It is likely to be spam. I've been getting a lot of those lately. I wonder why. Also, I want to bring this back a little bit. There we go. Alright, so... what we need is an armature. There we go, armature. Let's just make, like, a bone for now. Like, rigging and modeling. Rigging and animating, I should say. Rigging and animating a 3D model is all about manipulating bones. We are the bone wardens. There is a way to render the armature over everything else. I forget how that's done. Because there's a bunch of bone tools over here and everything. Let me see if I can Google it. Okay, Blender, show bones over model. What was the previous song? Oh, Baltic Water, you mean the one remix of that Super Mario 3 song from Smash Bros. Melee? Yeah, it's one of the like songs in Super Mario Bros. 3. It was specifically like remixed for Super Smash Bros. Melee. Looking for in front. Oh, thank you, Gundridge. You are my personal Google. Gundridge and Google both start with G. But one is more helpful than the other. Armature data, green man. Okay, click the green man down here, and then viewport display in front. I see like display as. Show as. Oh, there we go, in front. Let's go. We can do sticks. We can do B-bones. Envelopes, wires. I'll just do octahedron for now. So I guess like this would be like the base bone. So I think we can go into edit mode and then just click like the end of it. And then we can extrude from there. Create new bones from selected joints. I should probably like just add a bone independently of this one. And then like GX. There we go. That will be for that wing. Then add another bone. Oh, funny how it lines up like almost exactly where I need it to be. Okay, flip this. Okay, I'm gonna move this over here. And then, like... Oh. You can disconnect or offset bones after the fact as well. Nice. Okay, let's add separate bones for the ears and the feet as well. And this will be, they'll all be connected to this like root bone, so that when I move the root bone, it moves everything else with it. I think that would be quite useful. And then add single bone. Then add another bone. Something like that. And it's already pretty much where I need it to be. Okay, add more bones. I require more bones. No bones about it. You never knew there was an add bone button? Yeah, I first knew about the add bone button. I didn't know there was an extrude until later. There we go. And then we move you back here. Hopefully it works out. Okay. And I believe there's a shortcut for parenting, which the name escapes me for now. Armature parent may. All right, Control P is the menu I need. Keep offset. Oh, shoot. Why not? Is it this? Oh, it probably is. Okay. Yeah, I need to select the whole bones. Okay, is the bone I'm parenting to the last one I need to select? The parent's the active bone. Okay, good to know. Nice. Oops. What? Excuse me. There you go. Double red, hi! Things are going good. We have our Underwing modeled, and we are in the process of rigging for animation. Alright, so... as you can see, we have all our bones here, but I should probably name them. I'll name this root, and I'll name this wing.l. Wait, no, it's the right wing from the Underwing's perspective. Okay, wing.r. Wing.l. Ear.r. Ear.l. And then foot.r. Foot.l. So then how do I take the armature as a whole and like connect it to the model? Yeah. If the bone nodes in L or R, you can move them simultaneously. Let's go! How far along is the project? Unsure how to gauge the progress? Well, we have modeled the Underwing, we have textured the Underwing with proper UV maps, we have added all the bones for the rigging, so Now it's a matter of connecting it to the rig, doing something called weight painting, which I'll describe as I'm doing it, and then we make some animations. Select the meshes, then select the armature, and then go to object mode. Okay, Control P. Automatic weights. Armature deform with automatic weights. Yeah, what automatic weights does is that it just kind of automatically paints the weights for you. But of course you'll want to go in and fine tune it. So now we can go into pose mode, and as you can see, it kind of contorts around the bone shape. But we don't want the head or anything else to move while the wings are moving. So we will certainly fix that. But you can see, kind of. Right now, the way it's moving kind of reminds me of those bean-filled stress ball thingies. Okay, so I think what we need now is like vertex groups. So I could go into my model and then edit mode. Yeah, vertex groups have been created because we set up the armature. So what we want to do now, select the whole thing and then, okay. How do I account for the mirror? I think I need to actually apply that now. Would it just be easier if I do that? Then I can, like, manipulate the vertex groups for each bone. Mirror is done automatically with the modifier. Also keep it? Okay. So what I want to do... Let's go into vertex groups. I want to select everything except for the wing. So we will do that. Because I want to make it so that moving the wings does not move anything else in the body. So I will select everything except for the wing vertices. So then we go to the vertex group for the wing, and then we click remove, which unassigns it. So now when we go into pose mode, we should be able to manipulate the wing and have it not affect anything else. Yeah! At least on the body. Now we have to select like the eyes and the eye highlights, make sure that they're not affected either by anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into circle, edit mode. I'm just gonna go through all these vertex groups. Actually, root I want it to be assigned to, but nothing else. So here, what? No. Okay. And then object mode. I'm gonna go for the eye now. And we want that to be affected by root, but nothing else. Okay, so now when I go into pose mode and move the wing, like, that's literally the only thing that should be affected. Yes, let's go. Okay. Now we can do the flappy motion. Yeah! Let's go. And we can see that the opposite side is being affected as well. We want to do the same thing with the ears now, where we don't want to affect the body when we're manipulating it. So we'll go into edit mode for the body. Yeah, I gave him bones! Have you ever thought about, like, if there was a non-corporeal race of aliens out there, and they're studying humanity, and they're just, like, calling us a bunch of, like, bone movers? because there's bones in our bodies that we're moving all the time, and we're using bones to make all sorts of things. We're just known to them as the bone movers. We had a discussion about this among the Chrono Gear team recently. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to select everything except for the ears. I'm getting a strong sense of deja vu. Okay, I think this is good. Alright. So now what we can do is we make sure that the body is not affected by the movement of the ears, so we remove it from all those. And I think that should be enough. Yeah, bone manipulation. Yeah, there you go. We got moving ears now. I should add a bone for the nose too at some point, so it can kind of like crinkle when the Underwing like smells something. RX. Yeah, it can kind of go like that, swivel in either direction. So then it can go like... can go like that. Yeah, okay. And now the feeties. So I think for the feeties, again, we want to select everything except the foot. Okay, cool. And then make sure that we remove everything not selected from the foot vertex groups. Pose mode. And there we go. So when the Underwing is just like perched on something or laying flat, that's what it looks like. It's so cute. Pew pew. I think that already looks good as is. I don't think I need to fine tune the weight painting, just because this is like a very like basic character. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, if you manipulate the root, then everything else is affected, except for some reason there are some vertices that are still affected. I wonder if they somehow got missed. So maybe what I could do is like I could... Would I assign everything to root or remove everything from root? Let's try remove first and see what that does. Move everything from root. Okay. Ah! Nope. Huh. Remove everything from root, then just re-add the parts that need to be weighted to root. Okay, I can save. Alright, I have saved. Alright. Everything's selected. Let's try assigning everything instead. There we go. And just make sure that... Oh, but now everything is moving at half speed. So that is also not correct. Huh. I could try moving the route up here and then looking at those specific vertices to see what the dealio is. No! How do I get it to be in its pose? Because up there it's like, huh, modifiers, armature, turn on the square and triangle icons. Okay. Okay. Alright, so what is going on with these vertices? It's these ones specifically. Do I need to remove them? No. Do I need to assign them? I think that did it. Okay. Maybe it's because those were specific vertices that ended up with being assigned to absolutely nothing on the model because I was like removing certain things. That's my best guess. Okay. So now we have that. Let's select the armature, go back to go back to the armature modifier and turn these off. And then let's bring this fellow back down. Post mode. There we go. So now we have a fully rigged and weighted Underwing. And then I guess the last thing that we can do is to give it a cute little looping animation. So let's go into the animation tab. And over on this side, I guess I could have like a timeline or no, we'll put graph editor here. And then on the bottom, yeah, dope sheet being on the bottom I think is fine. Unless, wait, where's the thing in the middle to add animations? Do I need to be in a different section? Like time, no, not timeline. Do I need to click on the armature, perhaps? Turn dope sheet into action editor? Okay. Oh, dope sheet, action editor. Okay, I got it. Nice. So let's create an animation. And let's call it, fly. And then I would like to see our texture flat. Yeah. So from here, also I just like to keep the recording thing on at all times. So you click this, and by pressing that, any manipulation of the armature that you do will be added as a keyframe. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna do like some quick like rotation of all the things that I want to do. Just so they're added as keyframes. R, Y. And for this, I just want to, like, manipulate the position. So we could start with, like, a bobbing motion. And let's see, how long do we want it? Also, how do I change the frame rate of the animation? Might be this. Custom properties, no. Motion paths, selection sets, animation? No. Custom properties, no. Output, printer icon? Let me see. Oh, I see it. Frame rate in the properties. Okay, output. Oh, I see it. Okay, let's do 60. Okay, and then let's do like an animation of like 100 frames. And then on frame 50, grab this, move it up a little bit. And then... So then we go over to the graph. Well, first let's play it and see what we got. So it moves up, and then it stops. So, what you could do is you could duplicate the first keyframe. And then you have a nice clean looping animation like that. Or if I'm not mistaken, we could just make it cyclic, and that removes the need for an end keyframe. So we select everything here. Shift E. Make cyclic. Oh, that's interesting. So it's just kind of like resetting back to the base. Okay, I think we do need the end keyframe after all. You wonder if there's a way to make my model transparent when it overlaps my model? Oh, like my hand. Oh yeah, make my VTuber model transparent when my mouse cursor is like behind it. That could be cool. But yeah, now we have a levitation animation, very basic. So then, like, I guess we could do the wings now. So we'll do like 25 here, and then. Oops. I just want to rotate that along the Z-axis. We'll do like -60. Okay, something like that. And like on the first frame, what we want to do is like we actually want to do it in the opposite direction. So then we go to frame 50, and we'll have both of these duplicated, so they happen right there. 50s, 50s, 75. And then we just kind of loop back around. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, okay, I just need to remember to do it for the other wing. I could have also highlighted them both just to get that done like that. It's cool how like only the stuff that you've highlighted shows up in the action editor. It makes it so it's way less overwhelming if you've got like a complex model like a human. Yeah, it's getting there. But I think we can give it a little bit more snappiness. So I think the way I would do that is to just like... okay, I have an idea. So we'll like put this like down here. Like only 20 frames. Do pew! Oh wait, I should highlight both wings actually. Okay. Okay, I think that should feel pretty cool. Nice! It's getting there. I think in that case I would actually just like reduce the frame rate. So I'm gonna highlight everything, delete these frames, make it loop after frame 50. Oopsie. I need to redo this. And then move this down here. Yeah. I think we can get a bit fancier, like something a little less stiff by rotating. Like that, kinda. Start there, and then go like frame 25. Like this. Getting there, getting there. Right, I need to... Then I need to make sure that it's back. What the heck? Oh, I think I messed up there. Oh, yeah, I accidentally rotated on the wrong axis there. Here we go. Yeah, like when you're making animations, you want to make sure that you're looking at them from like a variety of angles just to make sure it doesn't look stiff on any given angle. I want to separate the rotation from the position. So we can kind of see there that the nodes are like separated differently. Which is exactly what I want, because I want to kind of like desync these two. So if I push this forward a little bit, that should give me the effect that I want. I think. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty good. I know it's a little bit of jolting at the start. Maybe that's just my eyes deceiving me. No, it's not. I think I could mitigate that actually by adding like a keyframe like on the other side. So I'm gonna duplicate this, move this over here. And as we can see, we have kind of like a keyframe here before the beginning, and that kind of determines like the position that it's in. That's the cool thing about cyclic animations. There we go. Okay, yeah. It's starting to feel more lifelike. I'll see you later, Hans. Wow. Yeah. And then we could make it a bit bouncier by having the ears rotate as well and offset. So the way I would handle that is Okay, we've got ear rotation here. Once again, frame 25. Actually, wait, the starting frame actually should be RX 10. RX 10. There we go. Okay, frame 25 now, which is halfway, since we have a 50 frame animation. Okay, let's go back 20 for each. And let's highlight both ears. Add the ending frame there. And we're also gonna add this frame at -25. So that way it lines up after we offset it. Which will probably be something like this. Yeah. It's subtle, but it does a lot. Like, you compare to how, like, floppy the ears look right now compared to the feet. The feet look a bit stiffer. Let's push that to be a little more delayed. Okay, I like that. Yeah, see how floppy the ears seem? It seems like more organic. So I now want to do that with the feet. Exact same thing. So for this, let's push these down 10 degrees. 25. Push them up 20 degrees. It's so cool how, like, I was very pleasantly surprised when I was practicing with Gondridge, and Gondridge was teaching me. I was pleasantly surprised how many animation techniques from all of my years of pixel art so easily apply in 3D space. So I think, like, when it all boils down to it, I just needed good friends to kind of, like, really push me to just get started on learning 3D. That's always, like, by far the hardest thing when you're learning a new craft, is just, like, taking those initial few steps and then, like, committing to it, like, spending a little time every week, like, getting practice in and making sure that, like, it helps you memorize things. Yeah, skill transferability, exactly. Okay, so same thing. I'm gonna highlight both the ears and the feet because I want the feet to kind of, like, match up position-wise. There we go. Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. Look at him! Little Underwing. It's like the auto motion that a Pokemon uses when you kind of, like, call them out to battle. Yeah, that's so good. I can't believe this. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Like, it's not even, like, my normal, like, ending time for streams, and we've already, like, completed an entire model from start to finish. And I firmly believe that everybody in the chat who's interested in making 3D models is, like, completely capable of, like, doing this, if not more. Yeah, thank you all so much. Yeah, very good first model.
My stones! We have a new record!
I mean, like, technically it's not my first model, but it's, like, the first one that I've been able to do on stream. Yeah. I can't wait to like make like a bunch of props and stuff too, like different kinds of objects, like weapons and like treasure chests and like maybe like even like whole buildings. Even thinking about taking up 3D modeling, if only to make your own 3D assets for Clip Studio Paint? That'd be cool, kitty doll. And who knows, maybe someday I'll get good enough that I can like rig an entire like humanoid character from start to finish. And then maybe I could make my own 3D model. I mean, like, if I have a 3D model someday that I actually use for streams, I think I would want something that, like, looks like pretty much exactly like my 2D model, like, in a 3D space. But it'd be cool to, like, make myself in a more stylized variant. Like, make, like, a little chibi spacey, maybe. But gosh, this is so cool. Thank you all for joining me on this journey. It's been really cool to kind of discover this new skill set. You can use Blender to block out 2D backgrounds. Oh, that's true, isn't it? Because don't a lot of 3D games just have a huge inverted sphere that they use for their skybox? So you could just add geometry to that sphere, and then you can like do all sorts of like neat little things with a background. Thank you for streaming this, and it was an amazing journey. Thank you, Corinthian. That means a lot. I think we can go and Chatty Batty for the rest of the stream, actually. But, yeah, I'll see if I can do, like, a screen cap and a crop of the Underwing. So, like, he can be in the corner. Maybe do, like, a chroma key as well. Okay, yeah, let's give it a try. That's... Alright, so the way that I would do this, I'm gonna do a window capture. Select the window to capture, and it's the Blender Underwing. There he be! And then we'll crop him. Put him right here. And then let's see if I can do a chroma key effect. So we'll go into filters. Okay, it's called color key in OBS. So the key type, I guess, would be like a custom color, and then we would select it. Pick a screen color. Make it this. There we go! And... no similarity, but make it smooth. I wonder if I could add an outline. I don't see an option in the effects for an outline. But that's okay. It's still really cool to see. Yeah, I got a little Underwing partner. It's all you. Yeah, it would actually be cool to have like a live 2D model sometime of my Underwings, and you can kind of fly around me when I'm in Chatty Batty. Or even just like streaming or doing art. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, it's so cool. Like it's, I can't believe that like we were able to make something like this in like 3 hours. It's the kind of thing where like I see these kinds of models in the games I play, and I'm like, how'd they do that? How'd they make that? But thanks to the like lovely tutoring of my friends, we figured out the sauce, the secret. 3DS era Pokemon models? Yeah, exactly. It does kind of remind me of a Pokemon. Nice. Yeah, Blender is awesome. And I'm really thankful that Blender exists too, because it's open source. There's a lot of really good open source software out there, and I want to learn Krita Paint as well. Maybe we could have an art stream where I kind of like try to draw something in Krita. And I think that would be a good stepping stone to kind of like learn like digital art that isn't like pixel art. And especially if you're gonna make like 3D stuff, you want to learn how to make like textures for buildings and stuff. And what's cool about Krita is that it has a built-in wraparound feature where like you can just draw on an infinite canvas and it automatically kind of like loops around to the other side. So I think learning how to like draw with that feature will be invaluable when making like textures and stuff. Blender is in financial difficulty right now. They're looking for donations. Oh yeah, let me go on their website and see if they have a link. So let's go Blender. I'll just post a link to Blender anyway. Yeah, it just shows at the top of the page when you click it. So Blender is the program that we use today. They've been around for many, many years. And I do plan to donate a few bucks at some point their way. Because I'm quite satisfied with the program so far. And if I'm not mistaken, they keep an archive of all of the different versions of Blender that have been created over the years. So like they've been around a really long time. But they're like constantly like working on and adding new features that that like modern game engines can take advantage of. You heard a certain artist was involved in the mascot of Krita? Yeah, that's why I want to try. Why I want to try it. Not only is it highly recommended by a lot of my artist friends in terms of like open source like Photoshop alternatives, but Krita's mascot, Kiki the Cyber Squirrel, was designed by Tyson Tan, who's one of the who is like one of, if not the main character designer of Freedom Planet 2. So that's really cool. Yeah, Tyson Tan even like showed me a sneak preview of one of their splash artworks that they ended up using. And I was like so enthralled by it that I ended up like printing it out and hanging it on my wall. It's the one where Kiki is in that like grassy field. I think the splash image they used is different now. It's a different Kiki art, but it's still good. And it's really cool seeing fan art of Kiki as well. It's just so cool how Tyson Tan like is passionate about like designing mascots for open source software. It's really cool to see. Yeah. Didn't they try to make Blender into an engine at one point? I think they did. I think like, I don't know if it was Blender themselves or if it was people who were familiar with Blender. But I did hear about like, it's perfectly possible to make a game in Blender. It's just like a little bit convoluted compared to a dedicated game engine. I actually saw a video. Someone made a Blender plugin that allows you to put Mario from Super Mario 64, just plop him on your model and run around using the exact same like physics as Super Mario 64 itself. I thought that was very charming. And if I can find it, I kind of want to try it. Just like model like environments in Blender and just like plop Mario in it to run around. It kind of reminds me of just like a hamster running around, like a whole like hamster setup with the pipes and everything. Which, fun fact, was actually like an intended response from Shigeru Miyamoto. During an interview, he actually like heard about the comparison of Mario running around like a hamster, and like Miyamoto agreed with that assessment. Because, you know, it was one of the first proper 3D platform games. So it's like Super Mario 64 just has that playground vibe to it. You made Lilacs Dragon Boost in 3D in Blender? That sounds really cool. Like the effect? Because like I would compare the effect of Lilacs Dragon Boost with like the flames surrounding her to kind of like a Hadouken. So if you can model a Hadouken, you can model the Dragon Boost. Oh, thank you for care combo, Darkman. Oh, thanks, Zippy. Ah. Yeah, I know I said I would keep my art stuff on Twitch, but I do want to upload the VOD for this onto my YouTube channel because I think this whole process of learning how to do this was like really fascinating, and I hope it's something that people can watch and maybe learn a few things from that they might not have known before. Yeah. Oh, Blake, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, the Donkey Kong Country style of like pre-rendered backgrounds and sprites. I can't think off the top of my head of any like indie game developers who have done a similar system. One of my old friends made a game, like a platform game in ClickTeam Fusion that had that style actually. Well, I don't know if I still have it on my hard drive. You love watching time lapses? Yeah. Yeah, it'd be cool sometime, like even if I'm making like an asset that I don't necessarily want to stream, it'd be cool to like record myself doing it anyway and then kind of like speed up the video footage and put music over it. Just to kind of show like my workflow. Yeah, pre-rendering on the SNES is like quite an impressive feat considering like that the sprites that you can have like only a certain number of sprites like per like line on the screen, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that was part of a big that was part of the big appeal for Donkey Kong Country, is that like it felt like a 3D game by the standards of the era. But of course, I went over this too when I was playing Windswept the other day, where like one of the problems with Donkey Kong Country's graphical style is it can be tricky to properly like visualize to the player what is safe ground to stand on. And like in Donkey Kong Country 1 specifically, like a lot of the edges of terrain are like, they're like so rounded and curved that it's a little hard to tell like if you'll make a jump. But I feel like from Diddy Kong Quest onwards, they got better about that, about making the edges like more defined on the terrain. More indie games that use that art style. Yeah, there's so many cool indie games out now. Like, this year was honestly like so packed. You wouldn't think it just by looking at the roundup for the Game Awards, because like almost every category has like the same 5 or 6 games, but this year was so packed. There were so many good games, and like, you know, my good friend Chris releasing Excise, and of course Chrono Gear, the Chrono Gear team, we released our game a couple of months ago. Can't believe it's been 2 months since we released Chrono Gear, oh my goodness. But yeah, and there's just so many other cool games, like Silk Song came out finally, and Hades 2 came out, and it's hard to like to remind myself that Expedition 33 actually came out this year. It felt like it came out last year, but it did come out at the beginning of the year, if I'm not mistaken. So House of Necrosis comes out this year. Oh, it came out this year. Yeah, GTA 6 was scheduled to come out this year, but it got delayed again. I heard that was because of, like, there was kind of like a strike going on in the company. So, understandable. Wait, what? Apps Doom the Dark Ages was this year? Holy moly, it doesn't feel like it. I need to play the new Doom games at some point. Because they feel so good to watch. Like, I can only imagine how intense it is to actually play them. Right. We got Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 this year, too. This year was so packed. And we're getting Chapter 5 next year, too. I'm so excited for that. I'm so freaking excited. Eternal is intense. The others are quite manageable. Okay, good to know. Good to know Eternal is like the most intense. I'll be sure to tone down the difficulty of Eternal accordingly then. if I feel like it, of course. Yeah, I honestly can't wait either to see what 2026 has in store for us. My goodness. Yeah, this year was so short and so long at the same time. Like, in different areas. Like, in the gaming circle, it felt so long, but in terms of everything else, it's just been flying by. Like, in the VTubing community as well, it feels like time has just, like, flown by completely. Oh my gosh. Oh! So, one that you're looking forward to, Waterblad, is Panic and Puzzle World, which is an action platformer where you play as a dragon fighting robots. Oh, okay. That sounds like a cool concept. You can't go wrong with dragons and robots. What were some other cool games that I played this year? I mean, I could just look through my stream thumbnails for the year. I'll do that right now. So VTuber thumbnails. Start of this year. What? Wait, the start of this year, I didn't even have my 2.0. That's nuts. Yeah, when did I debut 2.0? I started teasing it in April. But I don't think I actually debuted until like June. Yeah, because it was, I think it was for my birthday, right? It was in like June that my 2.0 debut happened. And I'm glad it did because that was just a few months before Chrono Gear came out. So like I was all like prepped and ready to go with my new lovely self. I'm still very proud of this model and the work that Aki Mama did and the Kara Mama did with the rigging. Like this feels totally me. I think it's gonna be like a very long time, if ever, before I like consider getting a new look. Maybe a new outfit, not necessarily a new design. Yeah, I love it so much. I still need to commission Aki Mama for like a controller add-on. And then maybe I could also commission her for a proper turnaround sheet so that I actually know what the back of my cape looks like, because I actually don't know. But like in the few times that other people have drawn my character from the back, they've just made it like plain white with a little bit of a discreet border, kind of like what my cloak looks like from the front. But it would be nice to have an official Aki Mama reference, and then I think that will help as well for practicing modeling myself in 3D. You'd be able to make fan art of my back. Yeah, Spacey's back, and Spacey's a bat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this has been a really packed year. But, okay, let's see. Let's see if there's somebody that we can raid into. Yeah, I need to watch the last episode of the Snapcube Kingdom Hearts dub, too. It's like an hour and 20 minutes long, so it's quite the commitment. I think I watched the first, like, 13 minutes last night. So I'll just, like, knock it out, like, a few chunks at a time. Oh, Yomi's playing Undertale. Let's raid Yomi. Let's go! I love Undertale. I love watching people play Undertale for the first time. Apparently she actually played it like 3 or 4 years ago, but remembers like absolutely nothing about it other than the characters. So it's been a joy seeing her like genuine reaction to everything. And of course, her Papyrus voice is completely on point. A lot of people really nail Papyrus, honestly. But I also really like her take on Sans. It's hard to describe. But, okay, let's do it. Well, you know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for her Alphys voice. Like, she already kind of sounds like an Alphys type normally. So it might just end up being her normal voice. But yeah, Bat Raid. Okay, there's my message if you subscribe to me, or you can just say Bat Raid. But without further ado, I shall bid you all adieu. Thank you all so much for joining me on this 3-dimensional journey. I hope that it has been a good source of inspiration for those who might be interested in learning the craft. I certainly am. And thank you all very much. I might stream tomorrow, but I'll keep you posted. I might stream. I could do like another 3D thing. I could like maybe do like pixel art, or I could play a game. But like I'll keep you updated. But in the meantime, I hope you all have the best of Thursdays. Please take care of yourselves, and bats are out. Bye. That